Mary Ludwig was born in Trenton, New Jersey, British America. Her father, Johann George Ludwig, was a butcher. It is likely that she never attended school or learned to read, as education was uncommon among girls at this time. Her father died on January 1769, and her mother married John Hayes in the following June. In early 1777, Molly married William Hayes, a barber in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. In 1777, William Hayes enlisted in Proctor's 4th Pennsylvania Artillery, which became Proctor's 4th Artillery of the Continental Army. During the winter of 1777, Mary Hayes joined her husband at the Continental Army's winter camp in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. She was one of a group of women led by Martha Washington, who would wash clothes and blankets and care for the sick and dying soldiers. In early 1778, the Continental Army trained under Baron Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben. Hayes trained as an artilleryman, and Mary and the other camp followers served as water carriers, carrying water to troops who were drilling in the field. Also, artillerymen needed a supply of water to soak the sponge used to clean sparks and gunpowder out of the barrel after each shot. It was during this time that Mary probably received her nickname, as troops shouted, "Molly, pitcher," whenever they needed her to bring fresh water. Molly was a common nickname for women named Mary in the colonial American period. At the Battle of Monmouth in June 1778, Mary Hayes attended to the soldiers by giving them water. Just before the battle started, she found a spring to serve as her supply, and 2 places on the battlefield are now marked as the Molly Pitcher Spring. She spent much of the early day carrying water to soldiers and artillerymen, often under heavy fire from British troops. The weather was very hot, and William Hayes collapsed during the battle, either wounded or suffering from heat exhaustion. As her wounded husband was carried off the battlefield, Mary took his place at the cannon and continued to swab and load the cannon using her husband's ramrod. At one point, a British musket ball, or cannonball, flew between her legs and tore off the bottom of her skirt. She supposedly said something to the effect of, "Well, that could have been worse," and went back to loading the cannon. Later in the evening, the fighting was stopped due to gathering darkness. Although George Washington and his commanders expected the battle to continue the following day, the British forces retreated during the night and continued on to Sandy Hook, New Jersey. After the battle, General Washington asked about the woman whom he had seen loading a cannon on the battlefield. In commemoration of her courage, he issued Mary Hayes a warrant as a non-commissioned officer. Afterward, she was known as Sergeant Molly, a nickname that she used for the rest of her life. Following the end of the war, Mary Hayes and her husband William returned to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. During this time, Mary gave birth to a son named Johannes. In late 1786, William Hayes died. In 1793, Mary Hayes married John Macaulay, another Revolutionary War veteran, and possibly a friend of William Hayes. On February 21, 1822, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania awarded Mary Macaulay an annual pension of $40 for her service. Mary died January 22, 1832, in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, at the approximate age of 87. She's buried in the old graveyard in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, under the name Molly Macaulay. A statue of Molly Pitcher standing alongside a cannon is also in the cemetery.